Welcome to the new webinar. So, as you read the title in this webinar, what we're going to talk about is I how I start trading in 2025 if I were you. So, I'm going to give you 5 tips, which if I were you, which element are we going to put my focus on to help and boost me to get funded faster in 2025 to get resolved fast as possible. So, let me just talk about my past. I started trading since 2021 and I didn't have any mentor. I didn't have any clear strategy, or I wasted a lot of time, a lot of money, and to learn some strategy and then go to a frame that work with them. So I had this bad experiences a lot. And one of my goals is to help you all to avoid these bad experiences, because if you avoid these bad experiences, and let's say this is your point A, okay, which is going to be where you are now, and this is your point B, which where you want to be, right? It's going to be so much quicker, okay, and faster. It's going to be like a shortcut. I'm here to show you guys those shortcuts, because energy, okay, it's going to be okay. So there is a rule, right? I think they teach it on the school. Energy is it's not disappear, right? It's transformed from this to this one, okay? So energy, it's not disappearing, just transformed, right? So now we want to transform this energy to not wasting of time. We want to transform this energy to a good thing, which the result is going to be getting the payout, getting a profitable trader, right? In this webinar, I'm going to talk about the 5 elements. If I was you and if I was to start trading, I was going to focus in these 5 elements. The first thing I would put my attention on, it's going to be start with the right mindset. Let's say trader psychology in 2025. So if I was you and if I was to start trading, right, the first thing I would put my attention on is going to be a start with a right mindset, right? Because if you start with the right mindset, you can easily understand the process, and this is going to be a great impact on your journey to avoid a lot of obstacles, right? Now, the first, okay, mindset that's so important is don't chase the market, become the market. Okay, guys, don't chase the market and become the market. So what's that mean? That means instead of chasing the market, okay, instead of trying to follow the market, let market follow you. Let market fall for your traps. Okay, so we're gonna dive into more to this. What's that mean, right? But the second thing that you should work on is focus on emotional control, patience, and decision making under pressure, right? Okay, so trading is all about making decision, right? And why trading is one of the hardest job in the world? Because you should decide fast with calculating the risk. So that's mean in the trading you are in a decision that you should calculate the risk as soon as possible. You should decide fast, and you should do the action. So all of them in 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, let's say. It's like at the F1, you know, the mechanics want the machine, when the let's say car came, or F1 car came. So what they do to just change the, let's say, tire as soon as possible. So you should have a speed for making decision, right? Now let's go with the second one, which is going to be mention how 90. Okay, so guys, you should every time mention that in your mind, how 90% trader fail, not because of the strategy but because of the psychology, right? But first you should understand this. A lot of traders fail because of the strategy, right? But they think they fail because of the strategy, but it's totally wrong. They don't fail because of the strategy. They start to fail because of the mindset and because of the trading psychology, right? You should understand this. There is no best strategy in the market. You can trade with the ChatGPT. You can just take a screenshot. By the way, watch the new reels in Instagram, that the share responding post. That was a great challenge that I did with the ChatGPT, to trade with the ChatGPT. So you can also trade with the ChatGPT. You can take a screenshot and tell, just give me a signal. But even the ChatGPT doesn't gonna give you 100% answer. Why? Because the market is on 100%. So that's mean even one of the powerful bots or robots in the world, which is going to be ChatGPT right now, right, can guess the market. Okay, but if you have a consistent action with him, okay, guess what? You're done, right? So it's all about and consistency come from a psychology action. Okay, so for the second one, what we can say, it's 90% of the traders fail because 90% of the fail not because of the strategy, but because of the psychology. This is so important. And the last thing that I can that's going to be helpful is going to be morning routine, discipline, and gym, and how how these, I mean, so these discipline and the routine. For example, you should have a morning routine, not the morning routine that you should wake up and do all this bullshit and just then. So no, the morning routine, that means you should wake up consistent in the time before a London session open, right? Just build some energy, right? Go to the gym before that. It's depend on the country that you are in or the time zone that you have, right? So just go with the consistent action, and that's important. So morning routine, discipline, and gym, these are going to help you to actually be closer to consistent action in trading. Okay, so try to also go with these stuff. Now, this is the right mindset that you should start. Now, the second one is forget indicators, guys. Forget about the indicators. If you want to start trading in 2025, forget about the indicators, please. Okay, and focus more on charts, price action, and the liquidity. Okay, forget about the indicator, master price action and liquidity. Okay, now, guys, modern market is not going to follow the indicators, right? Modern market is going to follow the liquidity and price action, right? If you follow the indicator, which, let's say this is the chart and this is the indicator, for example, tells you to buy here. Okay, if you try to follow the indicator, you're gonna buy here, right? So buying here is one of the worst decisions that you're gonna make, because price already makes the bullish move. That price gonna retrace and maybe gonna give continuation and gonna get credit shift and trend from here, right? So price gonna follow the liquidity, and market maker knows you're gonna buy here, so you're gonna wait to a lot of people like you to start to buy here, okay, with their own reason, and then he can start to reverse the market. Okay, because once he reverse the market, your stop loss you're gonna hit, but they're gonna make profit. So it's better to avoid indicators at all. But when I say indicators, I mean the indicators are gonna give you signals. If you're using indicators to help you, for example, to identifying the swing highs, swing lows, to identifying the sessions, to identifying the just putting a motivation or just giving you a high impact news, these are useful. But if you want to follow the indicator completely and be blind to just follow the indicator, it's not going to make sense. Okay, so the first one is going to be a modern market, and the second that we talk about was, that was an example. So now let's go with the third one. Now the third one, okay, is one strategy, one pair, and one goal. Okay, again, one strategy, one pair, and one goal. Okay, so guys, if you are a new trader, right, if you are a beginner trader, choose one strategy to work with and one pair and one goal. If you are intermediate trader, stick to one strategy, one pair, and one goal. Now, a lot of you guys ask which strategy should we use. As I told you, follow a liquidity strategy. Okay, you can go to my YouTube channel and you can watch a lot of YouTube video that I created for you guys about the liquidity, how the liquidity works, how market and price action deliver the liquidity. So these are so helpful. But I stick to the one or maximum two pair. Okay, because once you stick to a huge watch list, what's going to be happen? You're just going to get lost between them and one goal. Okay, so if you are beginner, don't put your goal as I want to be, let's say, withdrawing $10,000 from trading, right? Come and put it a little lower, like I want to reach to stage that I have confidence to trade. Okay, Then I want to make a $100 per trading per month, let's say. Then I want to make it 500, 600, 700. So you're gonna take your steps step by step, small, okay? Because once you take a step so big, okay, you just need one fall, okay, to fall and get back from the 0 step. That's the, I can say, the third one is, if you master the third one is going to be help you a lot. So now let's go with the fourth one here, okay, which is going to be get funded, not fancy. Okay, this is so important, guys. Get funded and not get fancy. 2025, it's the year of funded traders. It's a year of start trading with a funded account, not your personal account. So it's so important. And in 2025, a lot of traders, they don't put their own money to trade on it. Maybe there are some few, but a lot of the part of the traders go with the funded frames because they want to trade on a bigger capital and they don't have it, they don't have access to it, but the frame gonna help them to get access to it, right? But the bad side of going with your own capital, it's going to be take a lot of time. You're gonna go with your own money, right? And it's a lot of bad thing, and if you lost it all, you're gonna lose it all, right? But if you go to the frame, you're gonna choose a capital, you're gonna choose a challenge, and you're gonna do that challenge, you're gonna pass that challenge. Once you get qualified, okay, you're gonna access to a live account, and once you make a profit, the profit gonna be good split, right? This is a great. So get funded, not fancy, okay? So one of the best things that you should hear, just grab your attention, is 2025, it's a year of funding traders, okay? Now let's go with the next one. Join a real community and avoid the noises, okay? So don't start to learn as a solo trader. Don't start to dive into the YouTube videos, okay, at all, okay? Try to put a little bit of money to invest on your education, okay? And join a real community that's going to be help you. Join and get a mentor that is going to be guide you from 0 to 100, okay? In a simple language, watch a good course which come with the community and a good mentor to guide you, okay? So these are going to get serious to help you to get funded, right? So try to find a mentor that once you have a question that you can ask from it. Find a real community. For example, right now the channel we're finding is a community right now which you can talk with the funded traders, right? Now find another community that you can learn a strategy, okay? And you can communicate with those traders that they are using that strategy in one room. So it's going to be help you a lot, okay? So if you go with the solo, guys, I went through these phases solo, and for me took 3-4 years, I guess. Yeah, about 3-2 years. And I struggle a lot with going solo. With that reason, I recommend to all of you guys to just don't go solo. Don't go with the community. It's going to be help you, okay? Okay. So this was the overall. As I told you, you should focus on 5 things in 2025 if you want to start trading. Start with the right mindset. Forget indicators as master this price action and liquidity. One strategy, one pair, and one goal. Get funded and not fancy, and don't start solo and start with the real community.